Hey everyone, welcome back to Wasted 20's, where a bunch of us nerds sit around, play Dungeons & Dragons, play tabletop games, whatever, make fun of each other at each other's expense. We absolutely love it. So thank you again for joining us. We're on episode 12. As we left off last week, the group was existentially exiled from Olno-Kaith, unmasked by Jeremiah. Click had found his mentor, teacher, and parental figure deceased, and they're in room, and Echo had a standoff with his brother that was pretty emotional. Where we pick off this week, we're going to start with the group that had been sent into the Guston Desert. To the Makaki, Devram, and Huli. You watch as Jeremiah stands on the other side of the gates as it begins to close slowly.
Goodbye!
Keeping the peace.
You are still able to hear some of the hustle and bustle of the city. However, you are now greeted by the strong winds of the Guston Desert.
You said that there was there were trees and whatnot?
There are trees.
Like palms, I'm assuming?
Yeah, make a perception for me. They're not palms. But
A tree that's not a palm grows in the desert. That's going to be a 19.
you would see what would appear to be like...
I'm sorry, that's the wrong thing. That is a 13. Big difference.
That's okay.
Looked at the wrong stat.
Still enough. You see Serengeti-like trees that come out and stretch outward, leaning into the sun.
The savanna kind of trees.
No leaves on their branches. These trees appear to be desolate of any water, though their physiology grants them towards that as an adaptive behavior. So they're not dead, but this is definitely a low point in their life cycle. Other than that, you would see a small little dried bushes that would easily set fire. You see large cacti. You see smaller shrub-based cacti that are round. No flowers on them. This is a very dry, arid environment. And it stretches as far as you can see, with large dunes.
Doesn't slow us though.
No, it won't, because you got some ranger.
Hooray! We have a ranger.
I have no idea what that is.
You have to give each of us piggyback rides across this end.
To do that. So, with that, I wouldn't be able to discern if there is a water source within a general closeness. I mean, we're at a city. Clearly, there was some reason they built here. It being a desert.
You're not from this area.
That's why I'm
make a history check at disadvantage for me.
Okay. That's going to be a 8.
You're thinking through it.
Mm-hmm.
There would obviously have to be some form of water here.
Yeah.
Though you not being from here, you don't really know why this specific location was chosen for a large fortification to be built.
Right.
However, there are plants here. There would have to be some form of water.
Yeah.
Even if minute quantities, there would have to be something.
The Boy Scout in Jeff knows what to do here, but Tulak does not.
Right.
Terrible.
And at that, I'm going to have to say I'm sorry you don't know.
Yeah. It's terrible.
What side of the palm tree is the moss on?
I know what to do with cactuses.
So the closest place was southeast. Is that correct?
It would be southeast.
All right, and the sun has set.
The sun is currently setting, so you
Setting.
are in the later parts of dusk.
Now, in this world, where does the sun set? So I can discern where we are.
I'm going to say, for my own mental health, that the sun sets in the west and rises in the east.
Okay.
But that's only one of the suns.
Right.
The other
There's another sun that rises in the north and sets in the south, and then no.
Oh, good. That was
One son.
That would be horrible.
One son.
Alright, well, I'm gonna.
Once a year, they
I guess set us on our way if y'all are cool with it. Like we're out of the city.
Wait, we're just going to leave the city?
Yeah.
Uli, I need to talk to you.
Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna pull out an arrow and go over to the wall, and I'm gonna start carving into the wall.
Yes.
In thieves' camp.
Okay.
What are those scribbles for?
And then I'm going to look over at Devram. Come here for a minute. I need your hand.
Why?
I just need your hand. And I gently take his hand and I stab the arrow into the back of it.
In the back of my hand?
Mm-hmm. And I dig it in a little bit for a little blood.
Why?
And then I start dripping it all over the...
Well, obviously you did something wrong because Uli only does that to your hand if you do something bad.
Why did you do that?
And then I put it back in my quiver.
Are we really going to leave? What if we just break back into the city? What about Click? And what about Echo? And what about this stupid brother?
None of that right now matters. Because
Make an investigation.
this is a promise. And it's going to be fulfilled.
Oh.
What
No.
does it say?
That is for me to decide.
Uli's handwriting is not the best. You aren't able to discern what he has carved.
Why did you do that?
Sending a message.
With my blood?
Can't use my own.
Why?
It's tainted. We can go now.
It's tainted?
Yes.
Are
We
we
could talk
leaving,
about that in
Uli?
the desert.
We won't.
Are we leaving?
We are leaving like we were supposed to. Before we were told to get out.
But Echo is my friend.
Apparently everyone that you've met is your friend.
That's not true. My friends are Echo and Click, and I don't know about Jeremiah. He's on pretty thin ice right now. And
You are
Deborah
on thin ice
and
with
Tula-
me. Because they have nothing to do with us.
What? I don't understand, Uli. You found me, and you said,
And our key to survival was us.
We should walk away.
but we still have us. We just have other people now.
Which
We found them, and now they are
need.
ours.
That way?
They're ours.
To the other
We will
civilization.
argue about this later. Right now is not a good time.
I'm gonna come up behind Devram and then put my hand on his shoulder. So, what can you do?
What do you mean, what can I do?
What do you bring to the table? Are you skilled in any way?
He shot arrows when we were fighting those bug things, the worms.
Not regarding in combat. There are other skills that people can use.
Uli can dance.
Uli has shown himself to be good in the stealth arts.
Can I see?
Makani starts dancing.
Yeah, that's what ranger
He's teaching me some moves.
And you have proven to be good in the art of distraction.
That's why she dances. At least the way I taught her. Don't watch that down. It's totally not the way she danced at all.
As
I taught her.
Makani is just
Mocking the way it is.
right, just totally making little dances and kind of having fun.
I'm pretty good.
If she actually does dance, do not watch.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you something.
Yes.
Don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
Okay.
Oris is a Horizon Walker as well, yes.
Correct.
What level is he?
Quite high.
Okay. Is there anything that I would have seen that he intended on teaching me at higher level? So I can be like, well, I've seen him do this. Because I don't have anything really special.
Well, I know that you're a ranger and we can move at a certain pace and you can do these
Yeah.
and that.
But like I was gonna like
Ulak does not know.
You would have
toes
seen
into
Orist
that.
has the ability to disconnect himself from his body. In a sense.
What did it do?
It's the
Level 7.
it's the level 7, the etherealness trait.
It's just a spell. Just a spell. I don't know. I like adventuring, I guess.
So,
I I know my way around places.
Do this, Deborah.
I was told not to look at you.
Not that one. You'll notice when she does it. Trust me.
Will she do it while she's doing that?
No, she won't.
Should I be concerned?
No.
Okay.
When she starts doing the other one, then you should turn away.
What does the other one look like?
The other one is seductive.
Exactly.
It'll make your short sword straight.
Wow.
Jeremiah.
Just whisper Jeremiah.
He's like, wait, let me back in, let me back in.
I can only help but imagine that at this moment, Devram's predicament begins to sink in as he realizes that Jeremiah just sentenced you to hell with these people.
He knew that.
Right.
That's why I was like, 2 days?
This is why he shouldn't matter to you. I'm joking.
Is there any of those
We should
like trees nearby or anything like
Within
cactus-ish? I don't even know what they are.
Within 100 feet.
Is it in the right direction?
The what?
The tree that he's gonna approach?
Higher or low?
No, I'm just
Low.
shooting an arrow at one.
Yeah, it's in the right direction.
I'm just gonna shoot an arrow at one.
Okay. Make an attack.
More or less what I'm asking is like
17.
good at breaking camp,
And as I hit it, I'm saying,
finding
Maverick.
foods.
Yeah.
And then.
Camp, I guess.
Are you a
And then shoot
survivalist
another
of shoot swords?
I can survive, yeah.
Alright.
I've survived
26.
many places.
Jeremiah.
We are waiting for it.
Again.
And I go,
Scout out a place that would be good to make camp.
We're waiting for Echo here. We should get away from the wall.
That's what I mean.
and I go pull.
Let's
Scout
break
out a
back into it.
location that's just out of eyesight.
Should we do some kind of breadcrumb thing so he knows?
Close enough to
We could write on the wall like Uli did. We could say, Echo, if you see this a message, we are lost in the desert somewhere.
Not
Please
lost.
come find us.
Not lost.
You're also not riding near that wall.
Well, I don't really know how to write, so it would have to be one of you guys. I can draw things though.
Can you?
Let's.
Like a heart. Or
We should walk a little bit away so that.
that's what I was saying. At least get ice distance away from the town.
Can you tell me what you're doing?
Yes.
he
I just
shot
did.
some arrows and he said some names and he seemed really angry about it.
What names did you say?
You won't listen. So it doesn't matter.
That's not how it works. But
He
alright.
gets mad when I talk too much, so I will tell you when he's not listening.
I wouldn't do that.
Do it.
Please don't.
I dare you.
Don't take him up on
Are
it.
you going to put an arrow in my hand?
You
Why are you so grumpy, Uli?
Yeah, Uli.
slowly grabbing my sword. Don't.
Are you going to pull your sword out at me?
No.
Light is fading.
Yeah, like with my hand still on you, I just kind of like forcibly pushing you into the desert.
We should go. I'm gonna.
Follow them.
Are
After
you
he
coming
says
too?
that, I start.
Yes.
I'm not going to leave you because I'm supposed to protect you, but also I love you, Uli.
Good
Even
luck.
though you are very grumpy.
Well, you're needing to learn in a different manner, I guess.
When was the last time you ate something? I start following them.
When we ate breakfast.
I've got rations.
You're probably hungry.
Snickers.
You're not
You're a
you
bitch
when
when
you're you're not you when you're hungry.
Um,
Chewing into this chocolatey
I'm
thing.
gonna walk a good enough of ways away to where we can still see. So there's 2 guys positioned at the top of the.
Should we kill them?
No.
You would actually see 4 at the top of your perception. You'd see 4. 2 looking outward, 2 looking in.
Can you guys give me like 2 seconds? I'm gonna let them know that we're gonna like. Should I let them know that we're gonna hang out here?
They don't care.
Yeah, but if they notice that we're still out here, they could
That's
get
why I
fishy.
said we get out of eyesight. Just far enough.
I already mentioned start walking.
Let's find a dune, I guess, and sleep behind it and shifts and
Make
whoever.
a survival check. As you all begin looking and start looking for a place that might be adequate.
Oh, it's a natural 1.
I'm gonna assist.
Wait, do I get advantage on survival checks? No, that's a 7.
It's a 7.
Still looks like
2 luck is helping, so take advantage. On the
You're 1 and you're
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, that's almost like a one little hair difference.
Was it worse?
Yeah, it actually was.
10.
You find a place that is under a tree. It's dunes on both sides, so there would be no direct line of sight from anything approaching you. So nothing long distance would know to theoretically approach you.
Could we prop up on the tree to see, like, if, say I were to stake out.
Yeah.
If I could lean up on the tree and see the gate.
Yeah, you would climb up. You would be...
Alright.
You all are maybe...
I was just gonna, like, lean on it, sit in the sand, lean on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Public dump style.
Yeah.
You would be able to
So I don't
see
look in my head
the
and
dwindling
sand.
gate at this point.
Okay. Alright. Is here fine?
Suit's good enough.
What do you think, Uli?
Thought we were going somewhere.
We
It's a 2 days travel.
a little bit. Yeah.
So, not all of us work well in the dark.
And also, I guess we're waiting for Echo.
Yes.
Because Jeremiah said he'd
It
be
would
here.
make things much more easier with your air child
What?
if she has her other pork.
He is mine.
Sure.
I've got a bedroll.
Your lowest.
I pull my bedroll out and I lay it out. And then I walk up to the tree and sit down. And
So you all settle in at the spot for the night.
I'm going to stay up all night.
You're staying up all night. This is your second night of no sleep.
Is it?
It
Yeah,
certainly
you
is.
did a
So
stakeout last time.
you
we took shifts.
You all
We
took
slept.
shifts.
Yeah.
You took shifts. Okay, so then make a con save for me just to see if you take any exhaustion.
Run guy through the desert, don't do this.
3.
You're also a human. It's a horrible idea to have you watching at night.
This would be
Fine.
1 point of exhaustion.
What does that consist of?
1 point of exhaustion. You have disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
So your attack rolls are still fine. Your saving throws are still fine. Your speed is still fine, but disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
And the rest of you,
Yeah.
I see him kind of look a little kind of haggard as he's propping up. And find me a spot. And before I go to sit down to look at it, I'm actually going to go and try to find a cacti.
okay?
I'm going to try to see if I can't get into it.
Do you have dark vision, correct?
I do.
Okay, make a survival check for me.
I can see the dog. Well, that's going to be 17.
Yeah, you start digging. I assume you're digging under the cactus trying to find a
Well,
water.
it's just more or less chop it. I'm trying to just kind of open it up. It's a plant trying to squeeze.
You take your weapon and you knock a couple of the barbs off of it, and you go towards one of the limbs maybe, and you get it open, and as you squeeze, a little bit of water comes out. It's not really enough to quench a thirst, but it's enough to keep you alive if push comes to shove.
It's more or less, I wanted to see the general environment of this area.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go back to the spot. Spit and then lay down.
What was that for?
For a walk.
For what?
And then go to sleep.
Uli, can I talk to you for a minute?
Will it be in private, or does everyone else have to hear?
No, it'll be in private. Come here. We'll walk away.
I'm gonna actually take my cloak off, throw it over by the tree.
Okay. You all move off kind of on your own.
What is going on? What is wrong with your attitude?
What do you mean, what is wrong with my attitude?
You've been so mean. What?
You're too vocal about everything, Annie. You're gonna get me killed.
I talk to you all the time and you've never been upset. I always ask you questions and you answer them. I'm just asking. There's just a lot more people around now.
Which they don't need to know everything.
Well, I don't know what is okay to say and what is not okay to say.
Anything, Annie. Anything involving us.
Why?
Because it's none of their business.
And why don't you want us to wait for Echo?
Because also none of our business.
Do you remember when you found me?
Yes.
Do you remember I couldn't do anything? You saved my life. We found him and he needs help. He was like me.
He's nothing like you.
He needs help, and
He
we're
has
going to.
someone or some others. You
I
have
don't think
no
he does.
one, Annie.
He slept out on the street. I don't think he has anyone. Not really.
Do you have a tribe, Annie?
Yes, you.
Exactly. Just me.
Why does it have to be just you?
Because tribes consist of more. I'm trying to get you to understand the way we've worked works perfectly. Until you start opening your mouth about everything I do. I cannot help you live if you do not let me do what I do.
Well, okay, but if I don't talk as much...
I can't do any of this. And I drop the coin purse right in front of her. Any of it. If you keep telling everyone.
Well, to be fair, you told me that it wasn't a bad thing.
I lied.
Why did you lie to me, though?
Because you don't know any better yet.
I'm trying to learn.
I know, and I'm trying to teach
But the
you.
one thing I do know is that these people need a lot of help. They are not very good on their own. You know how when you found me, we were stronger together?
Yes.
They need our help. They will be stronger with us.
And what are you going to do if they die because of us?
I don't know. We wished back Tulok, so I guess we'll wish back everyone else as well.
That was a random perchance.
No, he died and then we wished him right back.
Exactly. That's not always going to happen.
It might, though.
Annie, listen to me. Just for once. This last time before I even think about considering helping anyone else that you decide to just put in your hands. There's something after us.
The bad people.
Thing.
At this point, the wind starts to pick up. And it's not just a breeze. It's a very harsh, very strong wind. And Makani, you kind of get this sensation. Make a wisdom check.
Straight wisdom. 10.
There's a familiarity about it. But it's not comforting him. It's very unsettling. You're not sure if it's the words that Uli are saying in tandem with this sudden upturn of wind or if it's the wind itself. But you feel incredibly unsettled. Not like Uli's unsettling you, but just you are suddenly very unsettled.
I'm sorry, Uli.
There's something haunting me.
I know, you told me.
And it's not going to stop until either I'm in its grasp or dead. Please understand. I cannot get caught in anything I do. Why do you think I do not like being out in front of people?
I know. I had a lot of fun in the city.
I know, and I want you to have that a lot. But I cannot be seen or heard. Ever again.
It will be a secret.
That is my curse now.
I'm gonna walk forward and hug you. But can we please keep Echo?
I'm gonna put my head on her head and just start to shake.
You all have this embrace kind of in the desert night. The temperature's starting to
Pick up Michael.
I put my head up and crossed my arms. Just kind of like fighting.
The temperature has started to drop fairly rapidly at this point.
Go use my cloak.
We're going to build a fire?
Maybe, who knows? I might, if I've got long before I can need sleep.
You'll make your way back to the camp where Tulok has started his slumber cycle, and Devon is staring very intently at the gate walls. We move back into the city. Jeremiah, you watch as your would-be companions are stuck outside the city as the gate shuts and you no longer have visual of them.
Imagine him doing this.
At that point is when I would have gone and found Echo. So
You spend some time looking for Echo and no signs of him. But you remember that you took him to the inn.
He found him.
I had found him.
Yeah.
Oh, you had already found him.
I
Okay,
found
I'm
him,
sorry,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
and had sent him to the inn.
I'm so sorry. So you took him to the inn where he was sleeping.
Yes.
So he has gone to bed. So what do you do now? I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Well, assumedly he's gone. You can go see.
I believe that he would have gone. Or mainly I wanted to believe so bad that he was just going to be out of the city in the morning that I would have just let it go. I guess I would have had to have gone and made my report. Okay. So I've headed back to the barracks.
Head back to the barracks. As you get back, there's a general hustle and bustle. You see Captain Armand. You see Zadi. Kind of everyone making reports, and the captain kind of catches you guys. Boy!
Captain,
You're back!
Back. We were right. The cultists, the occluded moon, was in fact using the mines as some form of meeting ground. We caught them as they were making their escape. They had some kind of powerful sorcerer with them. They made their way out with some form of magic portal. We did manage to close his first portal, which means he shouldn't have been able to get far with the second one. So those that I had temporarily enlisted in the guard, I've sent out in a search party around the city to try and find that. There's a body of a dragonborn? There's a dragonborn body in the...
We found him.
Yeah, he was... You might have recognized him as one of the contestants. Both he and the winner appear to have been part of the cult.
Understood.
Yeah. It all happened very fast. I'm not exactly sure why they did what they did. I was able to secure the Hope, look around for the gnome girl. Did she make it back?
Oh, she made a report. It's been delivered back to the royal family.
Good.
Unfortunately, its magic is gone.
We caught them in some form of ritual. They were using the Sovereign's Hope to power... Captain, I don't know much about magic. They were doing something and we tried to stop them. I think we did, but I was unable to catch them, so that's on me.
Good. Make a deception.
Oh, that wasn't technically a lie.
You left out a detail.
9. I did.
So, did you finish the ritual? Did they finish it? Did anything come of it?
There was another rock, but I don't know if that was part of the ritual or the
And where is it?
I gave it to that orc before he left.
And do you happen to know his whereabouts?
Yeah, they're outside the city looking for the portal. Anywhere they could have gone.
Well, when they come back, you have them come see me.
Can do, Captain.
I want to know what that was.
They have 2 days to find it, or I'll go out looking for them.
Got it. Well, be off with you.
And I just turned in.
And Zadi kind of overhearing everything that happens. Kind of takes her spot as you make your way back to your seat.
You just kind of like slump against the wall and let the weight of the day finally like rest on my shoulders.
You know you should have left with them, don't you? Your time is up here. You don't have to do this thing.
I still feel responsibility to this city. I know my time's up, but what else would I do?
Come on. You're not built for this. You should go.
Sadi, I don't want to see the world. I was born here. If I see another orc, another one of those elves, I'm going to vomit.
They're not that bad.
Wee!
Sadi, they were that bad.
No, there's no way.
All that matters is they're out of the city. And Echo, I don't know what happened to his brother, but he said it's not important. I'm escorting Echo out of the city in the morning. I'm just trying to get the streets quiet again.
Okay, well, then we need to speak with the captain and have you be removed from delegated duties to official town guard at this point.
Whatever it takes.
I guess.
I'll stay on as local watch at least.
You spend the rest of the night writing up your report for what happened and trying to get some sleep following that. As the sun begins to rise, click. You find yourself in light sleep. You didn't sleep particularly well, but as the sun began to rise, you found yourself awake.
I would just kind of take some time and don all of my armor back on, make sure that everything's on me, that we're not missing anything, and I'm gonna attempt to pick up the Reverend.
You made a strength check to see if you could lift him before. I'm not going to make you make another one. You are able to lift him. It's going to be an incredibly strenuous task. You're going to move across the city at an incredibly slow pace.
That's fine.
Just because of his sheer mass versus yours. It's just going to be so difficult. So you pack up the rest of his belongings and you put him up on your shoulder. And you make your way down the stairs of the tavern.
And I would just kind of motion to the furbolg.
You would see him. Oh, good morning. Going to go bury him, I guess.
I can't get my board, so
You just kind of mouth, and he's just. Good luck.
then I'm just going to start walking.
You make your way across the city. As the sun begins to rise, the heat begins to bear down. You reach, I would say within an hour, you reach where the cemetery would be. People watching you as you kind of go by. A couple people offer assistance. It's your duty to do this. You get to the cemetery where you find the Dragonborn that had answered your knock the night before, waiting with a shovel.
And then I'd get there, lay him next to where we're going to bury him, and start helping.
Make an athletics check for me.
19.
You all start to dig. You all dig about 6 feet down, and the Reverend's shorter stature allows you all to not build like a full 8-foot grave. You all build like a 5-foot grave, and you all get it emptied. I think it's time to bury him.
And before I'd bury him, I'd untie the ropes around his head, pull it away, and put 2 copper pieces on his eyes. And put a little bit of salt right on his chest as I pluck another feather and cast I should remember this spell by now. Gentle repose.
To keep the body from decaying for 10 days.
Yeah. And from being reanimated. And then I'll tie him back up and start lowering him.
It's now, now that you've started to work through your grief, you notice that there was a slight grin on his face. It was a very peaceful grin. Just peace. You get him wrapped back up, and the Dragonborn helps you lower him down into the grave. Want to say a few words?
And just how he would know the Reverend would do things kind of hold his holy symbol. Go. May Ouijas protect you in the afterlife.
And as you make that statement, Dragonborn nods his head, and at the head of the grave stands the silhouette of the woman you spoke with before. She doesn't speak, and she's only there for a few moments, but you know that she's here with you.
And then I help him bury it.
Tears are sweet.
You all get him reburied. The Dragonborn headstone, any type of identifying.
And then I'd kind of write on my paper and kind of show him the symbol as well. And just put, and have on it and just say, have the symbol and just have the reverend.
It would be 20 gold.
And I'd hand him it.
And 20 gold. I'll have that done when it doesn't seem like you're from Molokai, but if you come back, check it out. I'll have it done by the end of the week.
And then I'll put on the paper. I'll be back in a year.
Okay. And with that, you've now put the Reverend to rest. It should also be known that in the Reverend's belongings that you had, there were 320 pieces of gold, 60 pieces of silver, 22 pieces of copper. So you might want to write that down.
I was also, here, let me put that right now. 300 gold.
60 pieces of silver.
And 20 of copper. And I would ask the Dragonborn if he knew where our orphanage was.
An orphanage, yeah, there would be one in the residential district next to the school.
And then I'd start heading that way.
Echo.
So it was a rough night.
Yeah.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
When Echo wakes up, because he did something before.
Right.
So he left the mask on. And just grabs at it, the collar, instead of untying it, just rips it right off.
Your skin had started to heal into the side of it, and it was like ripping a bandage off.
Kind of just sits up. Waits about 5-10 minutes. Reaches over to his books. Just going through his books for about an hour, more or less preparing for the day. But constantly having the word "it's a monster" run through his head, of course. Is there like a water, like buckets or anything like that I'm aware of?
I would say that you have a bowl of water on the nightstand with a cup.
He just takes the cloth and just kind of puts it in there, let it soak for a while.
Sorry if it gets a little muddled here. We got a rainstorm moving through. So
He takes off his cloak, just kind of lets it just air out for a bit, and he just sits on the bed. I'm not sure what to do for the day.
you look down and see that bag that you had knocked off.
Yeah.
On the floor. Just gonna sit there.
Is it how is it just on the floor?
Yeah, you knocked it off the bed into the floor.
How's it laying? So I know where to grab.
It's laying like if this were the bag, this is the opening. It's kind of on its side.
It's away from me. Should I reach down and grab the back part and just lift it and just kind of like chuck it at the wall?
As you lift it up, it empties its contents.
So it's one of those things like.
Right.
Lifts the bag, lifts the floor, lifts the bag. Spends 11 minutes casting Identify.
On the bag?
Yeah. Echo has no idea what this is and how all this content came out of the bag all of a sudden.
This is a bag of holding.
Kind of looks at it.
You would know that it holds
Puts his hand in it.
8 cubic square feet of contents. When you put your hand in, it's just emptiness. Like,
Puts the bag on the bed. Looks this just kind of glances over at the stuff on the ground, just seeing what's there. Nothing. He's not trying to actually like investigate it yet or anything. He's just kind of like glancing over it.
A large sum of gold, various trinkets, jewels, rubies. You would see 2 ornate short swords you'd never seen before. Various things.
Goes to undo his wraps on his arms and throws in the water as well. Letting his arms breathe for a while. He starts going through the stuff, I guess.
Okay. I would say you find 17 platinum, 101 gold, 40 copper, and 40 silver, and then 16 copper. And there would be various gems, diamonds of varying values. There are a couple that are quite larger that are worth quite a bit of money. You're not really a jewelsman, but these are worth quite a bit of money. For your purpose, there are 2 diamonds worth 500 gold. There are 2 diamonds that are worth 20 gold, and then various jewel stones that are worth 10 to 100 gold apiece.
You can write it down later if you want.
I'll say 5 worth 10, and then 2 worth 100.
Bancroft knows there's his orb thing now, but
that was actually.
So
never mind.
Looking over it, and outside of that, it's just the 2 swords when it comes to things.
These swords are very, very ornate and have a very crooked, kind of sharp, fang-like design with intricate filigree following the sides of the blade.
Echo's never seen money or jewels ever have any magical properties, but he has heard of weapons, so he's just cast Identify just to make sure.
On the weapons?
Yeah.
They are adamantine in quality.
Nice. I'm the monster. You just take it. Realize what the bag is now from identifying it. Just kind of puts the swords in the bag. Puts all the money in the bag. I'm the monster. Stands up straight. Looks at his arm for a moment. Where the scar is. And it disappears as I cast a spell. Just testing things out.
Okay.
Because he's seen his brother do something before. And
what'd you cast?
this guy's self.
What do you look like?
It's the same, just the scar. It's just it's him
though.
testing out his ability, like what he can do with it. And so he's made the scar go away. And he just shakes it off and it drops. He just dries everything out, rings it, rewraps himself, re-preps everything, puts the bag with his other 2 bags, walks out the door, goes down to the
the fish market?
whatever the guy at the bottom of the thing is
The
called.
furball.
Yeah, the Fergal. I can't remember the actual name of
The
a
desk?
hotel desk
Innkeeper.
person.
The
Innkeeper.
Concierge.
Concierge. Yeah.
Concierge.
But yeah, the
Paladin
innkeeper.
fromage.
Pretty much.
You walk up. You can tell he's quite tired after having worked the whole night. Good morning, sir.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, my shift should be done in about an hour.
Echo kind of reaches into a bag, pulls out the 10 gold diamond. What my brother says stays. He slides in the diamond.
Keep it.
This is how it works.
I have no reason to say anything about you. You've caused no trouble there.
Grabs it, puts it back in the bag. Just kind of nods. Walks out.
As you exit, waiting outside of the Viridian Aegis, is Jeremiah waiting for your exit.
Why are you here?
I told you I'd give you guided passage out of the city.
I can walk out.
I can walk with you.
I'm hungry.
I can provide you food. And I would wind our path past both the morning market and also the apothecary.
Looking for a bookstore.
Looking for a bookstore. Make an investigation as you all walk down the streets. You make your way to the apothecary, which I believe is called, I've said it once before, it's called the Better Kettle. Result of your investigation?
Do we ever figure out the whole passive investigation thing?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, your passive investigation would be 10 plus your intelligence.
Okay.
Your
I wasn't sure because I couldn't find what was in the book is because the feat I acquired.
right.
My passive is 17. I rolled though 11 though.
But
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
read your feet for me, or actually, I'll.
It gives you a +5 to passive perception and passive investigation checks.
I would just say that is kind of your ability to notice finer details
I was
as you
sure
move along. I would say while you're moving along, there is a junk. It looks like a junk store, like a Wayward shop, called the Wayward Emporium. Actually, it's kind of off to the side. It looks a little dingy, but you see a couple books that are sitting on the shelves.
Word. I walk inside the store.
Okay.
So much nicer to someone else.
You walk into the store and it has this kind of mildew smell automatically to it. The hint of dust catches your eye, and things are erratically scattered all over the store. There's no rhyme, there's no organization, it's just complete chaos. And you hear this little voice kind of humming in the back of the store. It's like,
Just kind of walk towards the noise.
you would walk back and you would see this little goblin in what would be a finely, though old, tailored suit with like the split curtail in the back.
Excuse me.
Yes. And this goblin turns to look at you, and he's got a monocle in one of his eyes. Yes, can I help you?
I'd like to read. You got any old books?
I've got lots of books. What you want?
Something old.
Something old.
Yes.
Do you like history? Do you like fiction?
History.
History. Okay. So he kind of makes his way back, and you find
Anything about monsters? Bad ones.
monsters. Oh. And he kind of he moves his way through the back of the store, and he grabs a couple books and opens them up and flips and just throws them to the side and throws another one to the side, and he finally grabs one. Aha! Got it. And he sets down a book in front of you.
Looks at the cover.
The cover has this painted temple on it that is completely rustic with vines growing all over it. And across the top it says Carde in the Ugalapi Temple.
And it's in common.
Common. Yeah.
How much?
Ah, that's let's see. That's 3 silver.
Give him 3 silver.
You said you like monsters, right?
Just stuff on monsters.
I mean, I have hold on, I want to show. And he kind of runs back and hops behind his counter, and he pulls out this long pipe. It's got this. It's got these carvings in the end of it. It looks like it's a mix between cork and wood all the way through the pipe. And he puts it in his mouth, and he blows, and this giant smoke dragon appears from the pipe.
That's so cool. You're not there. I know.
He kind of pulls the pipe out. It's the Burzard. It's a Burzard. It's magic.
Is that all it does?
He puts it in his mouth again, and hold on.
I think a sail ship is one.
I think Cell Ship is one, but I want to make sure before I go lion. I'm a lion. This large frog creature billows out of it. That I don't think it's a frog behemoth.
Frog behemoth.
He just kind of looks at it again. No review.
Well, okay. I mean, if everybody wants it, it'd be here. Unless someone else buys it, then I can't help that.
Shrugs it. Thank you. Look at his hand, walks out. Food.
Yep. Between here and the gate. And just up in
Why are you so eager to see me leave? What did I do to you?
You didn't do anything, but somebody saw fit to use your appearance to rob the blacksmith.
And I heard. Wait. I was beside you when you said that to him, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah.
You heard it.
And I heard you being a woman, but it wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
So should you leave too?
No, I'll get to the bottom of it eventually. But if anybody else saw somebody that looked like you robbing him or fleeing the scene,
Good luck.
I'm going to need it. Thank you.
I assume you're taking him back to the northeast.
Food.
Yeah, stop for food, but also stick my head in the apothecary.
Oh yeah.
On the way past.
You find your way to the Better Kettle, and as you walk in, the gnome owner Gina is working. Hello, dear.
Madam Herbalist, possibly a bit of a strange request, but I need
Nothing strange in the world of apothecary.
poison.
That is strange.
He just looks at him.
Well, particular varieties to kill, to incapacitate, to...
I don't know. Hopefully he takes it himself.
Wow. Jeremiah's losing paper.
So she reaches down and she sets this purple vial in front of you. This is probably the most potent that I have.
I just need 1 platinum's worth. I don't know how much poison is.
Well,
Why do you need poison?
It's not for me. He just turns away after that. I just need a platinum's worth.
a platinum's worth. Okay, well, I would sell this for about 50 gold. So you can have... She pulls out a smaller little vial and she...
Just let her decant it. I'm not trying to spend my money.
Here you go, 1 platinum.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I walk out.
Okay.
Echo does it.
Did you need anything?
Grabs his mask. Pulls it down.
Eek.
Do you have anything?
Oh, dear. I've got a couple of healing salves that would probably help take the pain and maybe help reduce some of the scar tissue.
How much?
5 gold.
200 He pulls out 5 gold.
I would have poked my head back in whenever he did immediately pop out. Obelisk, he's still a member, temporary member of the city's watch. You can put it on the watch's tab for their potions.
You don't
and
have
such.
to do that.
Oh, but I must insist. You city watch.
5 gold on the table.
She hands you 3 vials. This is what you're buying. This is what you get for being part of the city guard. And the 2 red potions.
Even though I look like the way I do. As he turns to Jeremiah.
Honey, there's nothing wrong with the way you look. You gave me a fright is all. That looked like it really hurt.
It did. Grabs the vials. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
You said also 2 healing potions?
2 healing potions.
He walks out. I see by no got food, so I'm just gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
Do what?
Why do you help someone who can terrorize people?
You haven't terrorized anybody as far as I know. In fact, besides Devrim, I like you the best out of the lot.
So you do not walk in.
Keeps on walking after that.
It's really good at hitting.
I don't know what that look was for earlier, but
Would you head directly back? Where would you go after you buried the reverend?
Orphan.
oh shit, I still can't clean.
You went to the reverend.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you.
I imagine you say that in character.
You'll start to make your way towards the northeast gate where you had taken the group before. The rest of you, Devram, you'd stayed up all night, exhausted,
Yeah.
just completely tired from the entire night's watch. The rest of you begin to wake as
Wait,
the sun.
I want to add something before Connie went to sleep that night. She looked over at Tulop. She spit on the ground. And then she lay down and went to sleep.
I would have taken the wrap off of my hand, and where he stabbed me,
Yeah.
I would have taken that and like tried to cover my face with some blood.
Okay.
There's a plan. Don't worry.
Okay. Make a disguise kit sleight of hand. Sure. Low DC, but
Natural 20.
yeah, you expertly cover
So
your face.
you just squeeze it and just blood everywhere.
Like a cartoon.
I would have tried to cover my face and like some on my neck as well. And
Cover up
then
the piggies.
yeah, and then I would wrap my hand back up too
Okay.
and continue to watch.
Do you stay awake all night?
Yeah,
He'd end up seeing what I do.
Okay.
Or before sleep and then waking
little
up.
dancing thing.
And I do push-ups in the morning and I dance with my sword.
You got any push-ups on the tree that I'm sitting at?
Yep.
Cool. I'm just gonna let it happen.
You all, Illy does his nightly ritual. Makani spits like Tuvok. Devram stays awake, covering his face with blood. The sun begins to rise and the heat wakes you up as the temperature starts to climb.
Oh, it's really hot out here, Uli.
Wouldn't know anything about it. Never been out there.
Me neither, I don't think.
That'd be no.
So, do we just, like, sit in the sand?
We're waiting for Echo.
I'm gonna pull out a shirt from my bag, part of my common clothes, and start cutting on it so I can wrap my face. What is it?
You have to pee on it first.
Too long.
I'm gonna get up and it's hot.
It is hot.
It is desert hot.
You're wearing fairly heavy armor, correct?
Yeah.
I would be incredibly uncomfortable.
Taking off my clothes.
Anyone wearing medium or higher armor,
Screw them, I'm wearing leather, that's worse.
right?
It's very hot.
I have metal on my flesh.
I mean, you're hot too,
Oh, yeah.
but it's not as heavy.
Yeah, you are.
I do kind of shift a little, get up and see him finger paint his face.
It was in the night, but you see.
You wake up.
Well, like I see the aftermath.
It's an natural 20. It looks real.
His face is gone.
It looks like someone has he's gashed his forehead and just bled down his face.
You're a different color today.
I've got a plan. Don't worry about it. With your all's permission.
As I'm tying my face covered.
Am I the same color, Uli?
Yes, honey.
With your all's permission, once Echo comes back, I figured since you all aren't returning with me, I was gonna say that you all died. No?
You're coming with me.
Gotta go back to...
What do you have to go back for?
He left you out here. Think about it. Just for a moment, think. If he really wanted you, why would he have sent you with us?
Because he trusted
I'm
me.
gonna lean in slowly to it.
Jeez!
If he was really concerned about you, he would not have told you 2 days with people that he clearly disgusts.
Wait. Is Jeremiah not a nice person?
No.
I think he is.
Honey, he just told us to leave and we did nothing wrong.
But it was a plan. But this was a plan that I don't understand.
What part about him yelling and not coming back did you not understand?
He was upset.
Oh, yes, very.
Makani, while you all are speaking, the swelling voice in the back of your head. Please tell me he's okay.
What? Who is this? What? What? I'm gonna turn around. Is anyone there?
Is the desert getting to her that fast?
Annie, are you thirsty?
Yes. Yes.
She needs water.
Pull out my water skin.
She just chugs it. Sorry,
That's fine.
there is no thought of water reservation here. Pours a little on their head. Thank you so much. I feel so much.
Just emptied your entire decanter of water.
That's fine. That. Back.
Thank you. I feel a little bit better now.
Quit staring. It's rude.
As you all,
Quit staring.
as you all are sitting, we'll go back to Click. You make your way into the residential district where you easily find the school, and next to it, the little shambled shack next to the school, where it would clearly labeled Olokai.
I would go find, or try to find the one in charge of the orphanage.
You find an elderly woman with thick rimmed glasses. Her hair kind of pulled into like a prude bun. Though her hair kind of wirily, I think almost like Post Malone, like just ripped so much hair from tightly bunning it. Oh, sorry, we're having technical difficulties.
Go ahead, thanks.
Can I help you?
I want to grab Pete's coin purse, put it on there, and say, "This is for the orphanage."
Make an insight. I should take some. No. This is too kind.
Oh, 8.
8.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. The children they'll love it.
Walk out.
Thank you again. Did she mention the name Pete?
Huh?
Did she mention the name Pete?
No, I didn't
No.
say.
Okay. Thank you so much, whoever you are. Who should I say it's from?
My name is Reverend Pete Longbeard. I'll walk out.
And as you're gonna walk away, thank you, Reverend Pete Longbeard. And she shuts the door.
Then I'd head back to the hotel to get my stuff.
So you get back to you already packed up all your stuff.
Yeah.
You already had all that, so there was
okay.
nothing you had to go back to get.
And then he would go get something to eat and just kind of fill up his water skins. And he doesn't know where else to go.
As Jeremiah, you all approach the northeastern gate.
Do you have a copper wire?
It's in the other guard pants.
No, yeah.
Do you have a...
Can you get me one? I would like to go somewhere real quick before I leave.
Sure.
There's an old man who says he knows who I am. I wasn't willing to listen yesterday because I was a little preoccupied.
Okay.
I want to ask him something if he knows who I am.
I'm fine with that.
But I need a copper wire.
Okay. We'll stop by the smithy.
Do you have a component pouch?
Yeah. But
You-
I had no reason to have it prior. That's
Okay.
why I said that.
Okay. So.
I got a new chip when I was off the top.
I know what you took. Me too. You would know that the
Go back to Zlokrack.
Right. Go back to the commerce area. Go back to. You could either go to the general store, or you could go back to the peculiar gimme pot.
But would it be? I would check at the smith first.
You could check this out. See if
I
there's
just think you had it. But then, like, before I walked in, you should probably wait out here. I'll get you one. Right. This is where you mugged him. Never mind. Be right back.
You walk in and standing, kind of getting everything prepped for the day, is Zoltgrog, the large Goliath, that owns the shop. Good morning, God.
Morning, Zotgrag. Still no lead on those swords, but I'm actually just trying to, definitely still on the watches list, but actually just looking to procure a decent length of copper wire.
Copper wire.
Yeah, guard stuff. You can throw it on.
I mean, we use it for filigree. I can get you.
That's fine.
Yeah, and how long?
10 feet.
10 feet. 10 feet.
10 feet. Yeah, just spool it.
Okay. He rolls it up,
And actually, I'll pay for it out of pocket.
he clamps it, pinches it to a strand, and hands you a spooled piece of copper wire.
Okay.
Oh, you were saying copper wire? I thought you said a cup of water.
I'm sorry.
I was like,
I'm still trying to be depressed, echoing into
Too cool.
affecting. So I'll stop.
I'll pay it out of pocket.
You pay the 2 gold.
My thanks.
Thanks, and also thank you for keeping an eye on. God, I love those swords.
If I have any positive word, I'll be sure to be back.
Please
or
do.
any word at all.
I wait anxiously.
And I head out, and I hand you 10 feet of spooled coppered wire.
Thank you.
At this point,
problem.
as you hand him the copper wire and you're looking over his shoulder, you see this small kinku that you know to be Click making his way down the road.
How convenient.
How convenient.
Let's step around. Echo. Click. Right. Actually, I don't mean. You should go. Echo. Echo, if you would be so kind as to have Click escort you. I actually don't remember if he was one of Tulok's prospects.
Connie told you
Now
that
wrote on my
she
paper,
was looking for.
I am nobody's but the reverends in Ouijas.
No, just prospect. I'd recruit. I don't know what he's doing.
And then I'd have on there, I have no clue what you're talking about.
That makes 2 of us. But if you wouldn't mind escorting our friend here.
And he'd flip over to a new page and just put on that one, I got business with Echo anyways.
Oh, perfect. Oh,
And then I'm just going to
splendid.
tap on Echo's
Wonderful.
shoulder
His leg, you're not tall enough.
Yeah.
On his shoulder.
What's that? You sure want to help me? He just shakes his head, not understanding things anymore. Pulls the mask down, bends over.
And then I want to cure wounds again.
You again feel the radiant warmth of his curing magics. He begins to soothe a little bit from where you had irritated it earlier, ripping off the mask. It feels a lot better.
Back. Infirmary. Where is it?
This way, just around the city.
Okay.
You all make your way towards the infirmary. You all enter. It's pretty slow. Early morning, not a lot going on. You make your way through towards the back where the old man had been with Orist. And as you all enter, Orist is sitting there with the old man. Orist is reading.
Is he awake?
I can check for you, of course. Kind of reaches down and he touches the old man's arm. Hello, can you hear me? The old man kind of eyes open up and begins to look around the room and lands on you. And again, that same sadness takes over.
Echo just kind of looks at him. Takes the mask off. Takes a couple wire. I need you to count what Echo's ever done this before. Okay. And the old man hears in his head. Yeah, 25. Out the lisp.
You said you knew who I was. Tell me, how is that possible when I've never met you?
It was 15, I believe, 15 or 16. So good. Few moments pass and in your head you hear, "You're one of the most gentle souls I've ever had a chance to meet. I taught you. You're one of my best friends."
Echo, are you going to say anything? This is really awkward.
No, he said that in Echo's head.
I know. That's why he's listening to silence currently.
Oh, yeah.
So you see the copper wires like in my hands and stuff, so.
Alright. It's
He doesn't know.
magic.
You're doing magic on the old man.
I'm speaking to him, yes.
Oh, you can do that.
Cast a spell again.
You didn't answer my question. How do you know me? You told me what I am, potentially. A gentle person. But I'm a monster.
I don't know how much I can tell you at this point. But I'll tell you this. I come from a time not far from here. I come from... I've been given a second chance. I met you a long time ago. And I taught you how to control your things. How to, and then it breaks off. I think that was more than 25 words. But
I was thinking of sending messages. It has the same reply properties, but there's not really a link to it. But it's only 120 range, so.
yeah.
They got wire.
Oh, yeah, message doesn't have the word count, does it?
No.
No,
But
okay.
it has a set range, though,
Got it.
where sending doesn't. What?
Good point.
That's a different character, guys.
No, you have to point. That's part of the message.
Okay,
Copper
Echo's
wire,
doing
you
that.
still need a copper wire to do
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So he's doing that.
We also
right
have to
now.
point at who you're talking,
yeah.
to. Jeremiah's just watching to make sure the old man isn't like wincing in pain. He's like killing him with magic.
I've never met you.
Not yet. You will.
The 10 on intelligence. Do I understand what he's talking about? Because I know what my Echo has seen glimpses in a sense of his abilities.
It's not really making sense.
Do you know what I can do? In a sense, in terms of, I see things.
Yes. You haven't refined that yet. But you will. You can move through points, see things before they happen. You can move to different points across the timelines. You don't know how to do it yet, but you will. But you have to go find me.
That gave it away.
Did I have this beforehand?
Yes.
And what of my brother?
Is it something that you really want to know?
I need to prove to him that I'm not a monster.
Your brother is dealing with his own demons right now. Dealing with things that you can't understand.
But I can go back. You're saying one day.
One day.
I can spare him.
There are so many reasons. You will learn them all of why you cannot do that.
What is your name?
This is Echo talking about.
What is your name?
Like jump.
My name is Elric. Can you do me a favor? Beyond going to find me. Don't tell him that you know me. Just go find him. Don't tell him that you've met me. If he knows, it could rip him apart. There are laws to this. Laws that we don't control. And if you tell him that you met me from the future, it would destroy him.
I have to go home first. I'll find your boy.
Turned around and walked out.
Don't forget, you aren't a monster.
He's walking.
That's kind of the end. And you just see him leave.
All right, good talk. Forrest.
Yes.
I've sent Devron on a mission.
Okay.
I don't think he's coming back. He has.
See? I told you.
I'm coming back. The cultist activity in this city was more severe. A lot more severe than I ever hoped to get mingled with. He is escorting people who I would not have returned to the city for their own safety, as well as for the state of peace in the city. It would also not do for him to be seen traveling back with them.
I'm assuming you sent them by ship.
No, but...
Oh, by Chocobo.
No.
So where did they go?
The closest settlement, Golden Saucer. You did what? What the what?
He stands up, tall, high elfin. You're telling me that you sent them into the vast desert without transport, without access to water? Are you kidding me?
I'm sending them. I have extra supplies with Echo. Echo's meeting them.
Because one half-orc can carry enough water to support 6 life forms for an entire week through a resourceless desert. Are you that dense?
Technically. Yes, but technically.
That's enough. You've said enough. I will go arrange for them to have foot transports. Are they gone now? Which gate?
He looks around to make sure there are no guards. They went out the northeast gate. Echo's going to be meeting them very soon with Nick.
Oh my god. Echo's going to meet them.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going with Echo.
Oh, wonderful.
And I'm going to arrange transports so they don't have to walk across the desert.
Why?
It's a drought. He kind of grabs you by your shoulders. There's a drought. There's no water out there. The golden saucer is in shambles. There's no water.
Do I know the golden? I don't know anything about the golden.
You
saucer.
would know that.
I would?
Yeah. There's no water. The golden saucer is all but shut down at this point because there's no water.
Surely they have saucers full of water.
Thank you, guard, so much for your help. I will be back to spend time with a friend here.
Okay.
But I'm going to make sure that they don't die of dehydration.
Okay. The watch will provide you with plenty of water. As much as you can carry. As much as you would like to carry.
I'm sure. And he kind of gets up and excuses himself out of the room.
Jeremiah's just like, I'm getting everybody out of this city.
So xenophobic. As you all are leaving, Orst kind of catches up to the two of you. Okay, I know where you all are going. I'm going to stop by a stable, and we're going to get you all some transport over the desert.
Did me and my brother pass the golden saucer on the way up here then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as y'all didn't go by air.
They walk pretty much.
What? They walked?
By horseback. Or some form of transportation.
Yeah, ways.
Yeah. So he goes out to the gates with you all, and the guards now have kind of lessened their grip, knowing that the cultist activity has ended. The gates are now freely open at this point. And Devram just leaves, Orist just walks right out into the desert.
Do I see him?
You would see him.
You guys are within eye shot of the walls?
Yeah.
We're hiding over a dune.
Like, we're just, like, right outside.
We're all, like, peeking over it.
He just kind of looks.
We're waiting for Echoes. We didn't want to, like, take off.
I'm guessing they've left already.
If he's looking, I would stand up.
It's not my problem.
Waving.
And Devram there. Not your problem. I know, I'm sorry you've got mixed up in this.
What are you waving at?
I am waving at Orist because I see him.
He moves up. He begins. Echo, you see Orist walking forward.
Wait, where's Click? Are you with
Click's
him?
with him.
I'm
How far
behind
away
him. I'm
were
just
we?
kind of just looking down and just
Hopefully a hop, skip, and a jump.
I assume we were like a good little bit away.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably 200 feet away.
Yeah, okay.
Like you all are pretty far away from the gate. He, after a few moments, he gets up to you all, kind of slides down the dune to where you all had made this
Face is
temporarily.
covered.
That looked really fun, what you just did.
Gravity.
I'm gonna crawl up the dune.
He just kind of grins and
Is Jeremiah with them?
no.
Okay.
Do I see Echo and Click now?
He pulls out Echo and Click would be there. Pulls out a scarf, or like a rag, and you're covered in.
Yep.
In blood.
Do you have any water?
A little bit in my decanter. Just,
And I wet the rag and then wipe my face. It's clean.
yeah, that was.
Echo, Click! How are you? We got kicked out of the city. I was coming to help you find your brother.
Don't worry.
And well, I'm sorry. I know I told you I would, but
Wait. You'll get kicked out of the city. So you aren't on a mission.
No.
we are on a mission to find the portals.
Okay. So. So you all were exiled by the royal court?
I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
No.
No.
By one man.
One God.
His name is Jeremiah. He's our friend.
Okay.
No
Friend
reason.
is a really wrong word.
My friend. I'm cool with him.
Have you all thought about how you're passing over the desert?
Probably by death.
Not.
Was waiting for Echo.
I thought that this was our new home now, just like in this dune area. We have a nice tree. There's a cactus, but he ripped it
You always
apart
use my
last
eyes.
night.
I'm just like,
I don't know what we're going to do. But I'm so glad you're here now, Echo and Click. Why do they both look sad?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
are you okay?
Echo's mask is back up though, and he's when she said that he's just looking at the ground, kind of. There's a distinct path, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just looking at that.
What happened?
It's time for me to go
Where are you going?
home.
He's going to his tribe.
Oh, you're going to leave us?
I have to get back. There's,
Is that your family?
yes,
Do you love them?
I love my dad, and my tribe has been there for me.
Sorry, we're having technical difficulties on the camera facing Uli and Click. So if you can't see them, that's why. Apologies.
They're hiding
for
in the
working
sand.
the head's like in the sand.
I rolled a nat
Can we
20.
do that beforehand?
I can't. Hold on.
It's not back up.
Yeah, close enough. Technically.
It's where I grew up. That's all I know.
Do
It's on the coast if you want to ever see it.
Wait!
It is on the coast of this.
I think there's something on this about. I'd like to. Oh wait, where is it? Oh no, it's on here somewhere. I want to see the ocean. Is it near the ocean?
Yes, that is what the coast is.
Great. We will come meet your tribe.
I also would like to see this tribe.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry.
I'm going that way.
I'm pointing to where I remember Pickle's saucer being at.
Okay.
I'm all okay with.
Look at Oris. You mentioned something of how we would travel.
Right.
Do you have plans for this?
The desert. I mean, there's not many animals that would do well in the desert. The ones that I could think of would be the chocobo. They require little water. Maybe camels.
What's a
I like camels.
chocobo?
They are ugly and they spit.
They're big birds.
You spit?
That does not surprise me one bit.
Yeah, big birds.
I like move my foot back.
No offense.
Almost, not quite.
But-
Not nearly as intelligent as you.
Who are you? I mean, I know I saw you once, but like, we kind of have a good vibe going. Like, we killed some stuff together. We're really close, you know? And like, I don't know who you are.
My name's Orest. Your name is.
It is Makani.
Nice to meet you, Makani. I'm a friend of Deverin's.
Oh, is this your friend? Do you love him?
Yeah.
Like a man.
Okay, you can
Loves a
come with
man.
us then.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes.
I'm going to actually stay with the old man.
Tales of this.
So you're not going to. Well, I don't see the point of asking all those questions then if you're not even going to go with us.
Because if you take off walking into the desert, you're going to end up very thirsty and dead.
No, we would not let me die.
This is truth.
That's why you pack extra water.
I just drank a ton of water. I'm okay, thank you, though.
She should be good for a while.
Have that sloshy feeling in my stomach.
Given this heat, it wouldn't be long.
Stop staring, it's rude.
So, I can go rent you all a couple mounts, something to help get you over. I can bring you a few tankards of water.
Yeah, we're not allowed to go back in the city.
Yes.
Yeah, we got pushed out, with no...
Unless we kill
Actually,
all
we
the
got pushed out
guards.
with ill will, basically. I'll put it that way.
You did nothing wrong.
Exactly.
I don't know why we got kicked out either.
I'm going to be looking into this, and if I can come up with something, Devram, I will send you word. It seems like you've gotten mixed up in this somehow.
Well, I was just gonna come back with you. Hang out.
Nope, you are outlawed like we are now.
You are under conscription.
I was walking back into the.
Bye.
Just gonna catch up with Jeremiah, give him his thing back.
I'm telling you, someone who said that they would be back for you in 10 days expected you to be dead.
Wait, what?
Someone who sent you out into the desert and expected to see you within 2 days is expecting you to die.
As I say,
Man, I keep hearing things about Jeremiah and it's really making me question our friendship.
Don't worry, it's taken care of.
He owes me.
What's he owe you?
You should keep that symbol. This way, if you go somewhere else, they will think you're a guard.
that is actually a really good idea from her.
That is actually a very good idea.
We can't even, remotely dispute that.
Deborah,
I'm not going
I can tell
It's a
you're
good
pretty
idea.
conflicted by this.
You can say your name is Jeremiah.
I wouldn't do that anytime soon.
You were sent out here to die.
Nothing.
It's a desert.
We were sent to die.
But he wouldn't send me out to die.
Why did he send you out with them?
Because he trusted me.
To do what? Die in the desert?
No, to get them away and then come back.
Yeah, both of us. He sent us out.
And my plan, I had a solid plan. And I don't mean any offense, but whenever Echo came, I was gonna act like they were all killed. I was gonna get Big Guy to punch me again. I might even let him cut me.
Punch him.
Throw a couple arrows. Please don't punch me now. And act like we were attacked.
Killed by the portal people. Wait, aren't you a portal person?
If you think you can go back into the city, you're more than welcome to go back.
Why not?
I mean, it all depends. Are you going to travel with them?
Do you think I should?
I think I'd like to know a little bit about what's happening in Vice Saren.
Okay, but if he kills me, it's on you.
Oh, he won't kill.
See?
I haven't mentioned anything about my eyes to you, so do not worry about it.
You aren't going to kill him.
Unless he gives me reason.
Have I given you reason yet?
Have I mentioned anything about my eyes to you?
You mentioned.
Exactly.
They're very beautiful. You should look at them.
Okay, now if he doesn't kill me.
What about this one?
The smelly one, I think if you show him what you've got, show him what you can do, I think you'll win his favor.
What about me? I could kill you.
Good. Will you?
Maybe.
He's going to be too busy gawking at you. You don't have to worry about that.
Look, I will meet you. I will try to meet you in Vice Saren. You all are going to meet up with. I believe the old man mentioned finding Elric. Elric is a friend of mine.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I pulled the IOU out of my pocket and I hold it out. Wait. Anything I could write with?
There's some dirt on the ground. It's sand.
Do what you did a minute ago.
Yeah,
or yesterday.
Last night,
Yeah, last night.
I take it.
I was slowly pulling out an arrow.
I mark out IOU. No, wait. I mark out
You dick.
I mark out I-O and put F-U. No, I mark it all out. No, yeah, I-O and put F. Then I hand it to him. Oh, no, wait a second. I mark it out, and then I write a nice D with an arrow for the long point, because that's really cool. I hand it to him. I say, can you hand this to Jeremiah and punch him for me? If you don't do it, I will give you money to hire somebody.
I said it's taken care of.
DFU. What?
No, I signed it.
Oh, that's a signature. So there we go. Wow. Okay, yeah. Good. I'm punching him, right?
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could say it's for me if he doesn't get it.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, my bad, buddy.
He wants to come back.
Yep. All right.
I'm going to go get you all a couple mounts. If y'all would hand over your water carrying devices, whether they be canteens or however you're carrying water. Do all of you have at least enough for 3 or 4 days of water to have a way to carry that much?
At this moment?
I can carry a lot.
You can carry a lot.
He's pretty
If
strong.
you're traveling with me, I can hang on to things.
I give both of the water pouches that I'd had.
I don't understand why.
Me neither.
Well, we don't really have any. Oh, wait.
Besides a ghost.
Uli, is it okay if we go with Click to his tribe? Not Click, Echo to his tribe?
Do I have any other damn choice, woman?
That's why I'm asking you. Can you ask me too? This way we will get away from all of them people.
Sure.
Yes, we are going to go with you to your tribe.
Yes.
And I'm going to meet your dad.
I wish to see the strength of your tribe. You said you were helping.
I'm not going anywhere near it.
I feel like we're gonna get along great.
as you all began handing over your water skins and canteens, Oris collects them. Look, I'll be back as soon as I can. I'm going to fill these up with water. I'm going to try to get additional sources of water. I'll see if I can get something that will fit on the back of a couple mounds. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of you, so I think you're pretty big.
Be quick. I get very anxious.
I should just get 5 mounts, I think. You could ride on the sword.
You can ride with me, Click. I'm pretty little.
Alright, you all sit here. Food. Do you all need food?
Yeah.
Him,
No.
an extra water. Yeah, I think it's one he filled up his own. He knew where he was going. I mean,
Yeah.
but he hands him another one to fill up, and when he does, he hands him one of the 100 gold piece diamonds, the medium-sized ones, pretty much, and hands it to him.
That's for the rights. And how do you know the man old man spoke of?
He's a colleague of mine. He's well versed. Well, he's a scholar.
Did you know that when he came out of the portal? Well, we don't know if he came out of a portal, but do you know that? Did you know that when he?
No. He's talking about who the
It's
old
not
man
his
sent you
name.
to.
To someone else.
I know Elric and Vice Iser. I don't know who the old man is.
He told me to find him.
He told you to find Elric.
Elric, yes.
Elric
To find him.
is a friend of mine. He works in the He works in the Mages Guild in Vice Iser.
Which one are we doing first?
When I get a chance to stop by there, is he paranoid or is he okay with speaking to individuals, especially ones that look like?
He shouldn't care about that. But
should be welcome to most people.
He's right.
Okay.
As long as you have a thirst for knowledge, I think that would be the most important thing.
You worry too much, buddy.
Oh, because I've had the best of luck being here.
We're way out here. Hurry.
I will. And he kind of collects what is it?
Can't say that hard.
He collects everything and begins to make his way back into the city gates.
Stumbling.
And back to Jeremiah.
Jeremiah's shopping.
Shopping for?
I don't know, go to where I can buy magic items.
Okay.
Or like an arcanist or somebody you can make or buy magic items from.
There's two spots. There's Peculiar Gimme Pot.
Okay.
And then there would also be, you know that the Wayward Emporium occasionally carries items of magical or curious nature.
I'm gonna go to both, like, quickly.
Okay. You go to the Peculiar Gimme Pot. And inside, it's this tall and wide turtle who's slowly moving and grabbing an item and then like looking over it. Like he's not in any hurry to do anything anytime fast.
Excuse me, sir.
Good evening.
Yes. Yes.
How can I help you?
If someone were to accidentally have sent somebody on foot across the desert, is there any way they could have? Do you have any way that you could that they could perhaps take vast quantities of water with them and not die?
That would be a problem.
Do you have anything that can turn sand into water?
It's not that magical.
Or hope into water?
Hope into water.
Well, ever since the chasm opened, they've outlawed and banned any magics that would create water. Because that would interfere with their ability to taxate the people for water.
My apologies, sir.
So,
I'm not attempting treason. I just missed that in my garden notes.
There are spells, but it would be real illegal for me to sell you a thing.
I'm not trying to break the law.
Good.
This ain't entrapment.
No, you could maybe.
What about not create water, but perhaps just to carry vast quantities of it?
A bucket.
I leave. I fucking leave.
Wait. Fucking Zootopia. He reaches up and grabs this bag. And he sets it on the table. You can fill that with a lot of water.
I can fill the bag with a lot of water. Yeah. How much for the bag?
500 gold pieces.
For a bag?
For a bag. It's not just a bag, watch. He grabs it. And he takes like a big stack of books that are way larger and he opens the bag and shoves them in and he hands you the bag.
Oh. Those can hold water?
Lots.
Man, if only they had one of those.
And he just picks it up and shakes it like this and everything falls onto the desk. 500 gold pieces.
Does it ever go on sale?
Wow. Prices and a cheapskate.
I can sell you a more affordable model. And he gives you he puts down this smaller, looks like almost like a little coin purse. And this holds about half.
How much is that one?
250 gold.
Standard dead anyway, so
I don't know if that's worth 250 gold, if it only carries half.
half the price.
You work for the guard, the city, right?
Yes, and they don't pay quite as well as you would think.
I'll give you a great deal. This can be yours for the low price of 250 gold. It's practically a steal, am I right?
Just go evil, just kill him.
My good man, I'm telling you honestly, I have 100 and almost 16 gold pieces to my name. I am willing to give you every penny of it for your little bag. I did not mean to kill those people.
And that's where we're going. As Jeremiah continues to partner with the turtle at the peculiar game.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much. This episode was a ton of fun. I'm really excited to see where everything goes from this point. The group is now going to start setting their sights southward across the Gustome Desert. A lot of interesting things happening. Will Jeremiah rejoin the group, or will something else happen? I guess we will see as things develop next time on Wasted 20s. If you liked what you heard, please feel free to give us a look at, or a listen on Spotify and iTunes. If you liked what you saw, leave us a rate. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, ding that bell, let us know what you think. We are having a blast with this campaign. I think I speak for everyone when I say that.
Woo!
Anything else before we go for the night?
You sent us on a death trap, you son of a bitch!
How dare you!
All right.
Right.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you again for coming to watch us. We always appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week with Wasted 20s.
Bye!
Bye!